Hi guys, welcome to the channel. The year 2024 has truly been a blessing for anime fans. Here is a top 10 of the best anime of 2024 so far. At number 10, we have the Asan Newbie Adventurer. In this world, it is common knowledge that it is best to become an adventurer when you are as young as possible in order to develop your magical power, because an adventurer's strength will hardly grow if you don't train it while you are young. Our protagonist Rick Gladiator, who became an adventurer when he was over 30 years old, had the combat power of an S-rank adventurer, the highest rank in the world. In fact, Rick has lived an unimaginable life with the members of the legendary Orichalcon Fist, a party of the continent's strongest adventurers. From dragons to vampires, Rick's fighting prowess, trained by his literally monster mentors, allows him to defeat elite adventurers one after another who try to underestimate him. Next on the list, we have Wisteria Wand and Sword. In the world of Wisteria, magic is everything. Our hero will Serfort, who is desperately trying to keep his promise to his childhood friend by becoming a Magia Vander, one of the mighty magicians who sit atop the wizard's tower. However, he is unable to cast even the simplest of spells, leaving him to fight dungeon monsters to earn credits at Redjarden Magical Academy. As if that weren't enough, he finds himself putting his sword skills to the test not only against a bullying professor, but also against those at the academy who loathe him. With the upcoming Grand Magic, Will has the opportunity to showcase his visual and physical prowess to the world despite having no magic. Number 8, Classroom of the Elite Season 3. In case you are not familiar with Classroom of the Elite, on the surface, Kodo Akusei Senior High School is a utopia. The students enjoy an unparalleled amount of freedom, and it is ranked highly in Japan. However, the reality is less than ideal. For classes A through D are ranked in order of merit, and only the top classes receive favorable treatment. While class membership is permanent, class rankings are not, which means students often resort to plotting and scheme against each other. Not only are these students intellectually gifted, there are those who are not afraid to use force to achieve their goals. The main character Ayanakuji, who after a few episodes it becomes very apparent that he is a genius masquerading amongst novices because he prefers a life in the shadow. He's also someone who is not afraid to get his hands dirty. The third semester kicks off in high gear with a special boot camp deep in the mountains. Forcibly separated into groups along grade and gender lines, the first, second, and third years alike must work together to survive the rugged terrain. Even worse, the leader of the group that comes in last will be expelled. At 7, we have Kaiju number 8. After the destruction of their hometown, childhood friends Kafka Hibino and Mina Ashiro make a pact to become officers in the Defense Force, a militarized organization tasked with protecting Japan from colossal monsters known as Kaiju. Decades later, the 32-year-old Kafka has all but given up on his dreams of heroism. Instead, he cleans up the remains of the slaughtered Kaiju after they are defeated by valiant soldiers, including Mina, who has successfully achieved their shared goal. Upon meeting his new co-worker, Rino Ichikawa, Kafka faces a mirror of his past self, an ambitious young man whose one desire is to fight as a member of the Defense Force. Unfortunately, the two are soon involved in a freak encounter with a rogue kaiju. Though Kafka demonstrates his innate heroic nature and rescues Reno from certain doom, he is left gravely injured. While both men recover in a hospital, Kafka is seemingly attacked by another one of the beasts. As a result, he gains the ability to transform into a humanoid kaiju with the strength and powers of the massive monsters menacing Japan. Dubbed Kaiju number 8 by the military, Kafka resolves to use his newfound gifts for the greater good. Tied together by mutual respect, Kafka and Reno set out to join warriors like Mina at the forefront of the Defense Force. At number 6, we have Ninja Kamui. Seemingly an average man, Joe Logan leads a peaceful life in the countryside with his wife and child. However, the Logan family have actually assumed false identities to escape from Joe's past as a fearsome ninja assassin. Despite a string of high-profile murders of his former peers, Joe is sure that his new life is secure. But his tranquil bliss is soon shattered when his family is slaughtered by members of his former clan. Left for dead, Joe wakes up in a hospital, unsure of how he survived the wounds that should have killed him. Police detectives Emma Samanda and Mike Morris, assigned to investigate the Logan family's deaths, witness another attempt on Joe's life. However, this time Joe is prepared. Unleashing secret techniques, he easily dispatches his enemies, shedding his new identity in the process. Embracing his old ways, Joe shrouds himself in his former persona, cutting through the organization he once served in the name of cold-blooded revenge. Assisted in his hunt by the detective duo, Joe will stop at nothing to get his revenge. Next on the list, we have My Hero Academia Season 6. I'm sure by now most of you are familiar with the anime, as it is considered to be part of the top 3. New gen of anime. Last season, after credible intel by Hawk, who was working as an undercover asset in the Paramount Liberation Front led by Shigaraki, the Hero Association decides to strike the enemy headquarters with a surprise attack using the entirety of its assets. Despite having some success on the battlefield, such as capturing Gigantomachia, overall, it was a catastrophic event which ended up in the collapse of their society. The defeat by the Hero Association was felt all over the world, as America even had to get involved by sending their #1 hero star, who put on a show for us and gathered useful intel for the association before her death. Despite having lost, the Hero Association saw this as a major setback for a major comeback. Therefore, they orchestrated a plan to fool All for One, who was under the impression to have ambushed the heroes. However, turns out he was duped by his mole. The Hero Association plan was to make him believe that in order to corner the Paramount Liberation Front and send them to different corners of the island where their heroes capable of defeating them have been chosen. The long-awaiting fight between Midoriya and Shigaraki is finally here. Number 4. Demon Slayer Hashira Training Arc. Another fan's favorite. Last season, after Tanjiro's sword was chipped and deemed useless, he and his little sister had to get escorted to the Swordsmith Village to receive a new one. For centuries, the Demon Slayer Corps has sacredly kept the location of Swordsmith Village a secret. However, it came under attack by 2 upper-ranked demons. After a long-fought battle, the Demon Corps came out victorious. However, something unheard of emerged out of that battle. Nezuko survived and was transformed after we thought, being a demon, she would get burned to death by the sun. In the Hashira training arc, the Demon Slayer Corps noticed the demons started to behave in a well-coordinated fashion, which was quite unusual, which indicated to the Demon Slayer Corps that their leader Muzan Kibutsuji, after hearing the news of Nezuko, a demon surviving the sun, he decided to make a direct move towards the Demon Slayer Corps for the first time. In this season, not much happens as they fewer demons attacks, which meant that the Demon Slayers could use this opportunity to train for the upcoming battle. Even the Hashira were ordered to train amongst themselves by fighting each other. The end of this season, quiet, sad, but also exciting. The leader of the Demon Slayer Corps, Kagaya, sacrifices himself in an explosion to weaken Muzan in preparation for the final battle, which then created a great opening for the strongest Hashira Jyomiak, Himejima, to make his entrance. I am sure, like myself, all of you impatiently waiting for the next season, because it's going to be epic. At number 3, we have Windbreaker. From an early age, Haruka Sakura was made an outcast due to his unconventional appearance and lack of social skills. However, the rough treatment turned him into a proficient fighter, which is now the only thing he prides himself on. Starting at Furin High School, where it is rumored that strength is valued over academics, Sakura has only one goal: taking the top spot. Involved in a street brawl the day before his enrollment, Sakura happens to meet a group of his future schoolmates. Instead of the usual rejection, they fight alongside him, demonstrating that what the school actually cares about is protecting the town of Mikochi from any harm, hence why the students call themselves Bofurin. Surprised by the support and appreciation of the townspeople, Sakura has a hard time accepting their goodwill. Though unfamiliar with kindness being shown to him, Sakura must learn to push past his discomfort when Bofurin is pitted against formidable enemies. After experiencing the feeling of acceptance, he finds himself fighting for the sake of others for the first time. Taking the second spot is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime Season 3. After becoming a demon lord, Rimuru became the ruler of the Great Jura Forest and founded the Jura Tempest Federation, also known as Tempest. His goal has been to normalize relations with humans. The more prosperous Tempest became, the more enemy it attracted. People became envious to point of plotting Rimuru death by fabricating lies about how evil he is, so that the Western Holy Church would send the great Hinata to kill him. After defeating Hinata, we found that the 7 Days clergy were behind this the whole time. Rimuru is not the only character you should stay fixated on. His followers such as Cheyenne, who is a terrifying fighter with impressive destructive power, also the Diablo, one of the 7 demon primordials. He is someone who has such much devotion to Rimuru. He does not take very kindly of those who even dare look at Rimuru the wrong way. This season probably the best so far. The fight scenes are surreal. To top the chart, we have solo leveling. In a world where humanity is consistently under threat by monsters appearing out of gate from another world, the main character Sung Jinwoo, an E-rank hunter dubbed as the weakest hunter of all mankind. While exploring a supposedly safe dungeon, he and his party encounter an unusual tunnel leading to a deeper area. Enticed by the prospect of treasure, the group presses forward, only to be confronted with horrors beyond their imagination. They quickly realize they're walking into their death sentence. Miraculously, Sung Jinwoo survives the incident and soon finds that he now has access to an interface visible only to him. By completing daily tasks, this mysterious system provides him the power he has long dreamed of.